What's going on, social media family? Once again, it's the Keep in Mind show, and I am Cool Mover, and I'm coming at you today with a sensitive, touchy topic. But hey, keep in mind, me and Ashton and we touch on a lot of different things. So why not? When no means no, specifically, with women, talking about men, advances, sexual advances. I figure, hey, let's talk about it. A lot of this been going on, and I'm not finna be in here bashing anybody, calling names, because that ain't how Keeping Minds get down. I'm just gonna touch on the subject, give my opinions, and I'm out. But anyway, the last 10 years especially, it's been a lot of guys getting caught up in kind of illegal, or just he say she say, with the women saying they did this, they did that, they came on to them sexually, they touched them, or they said things they weren't supposed to say. A lot of celebrities, athletes, even just common people. And most of it is men, because we know it can be, women on men too, but that you don't hear about that much. Let's just keep it real. But anyway, my take on it is no does mean no, and sometimes I don't know means no, and I'm not sure means no, especially these days. I think I can tell you dudes out there, if you're kind of aggressive in nature with your advances and things like that, you might want to calm that stuff down, because these women and these movements, they are not playing. And plus, if a woman is not feeling you, or kind of brushing you off because she's in a situation where she may need a job or whatever, and you ain't picking up on that vibe, then you gotta be clownish. But me personally, I've never been on that type of stuff, because I'm not aggressive like that anyway. I mean, not to brag, most things and most situations that I've been in with women that I took a liking to have kind of been placed in my lap, so I didn't have to do that. And I'm not even a celebrity or athlete. I don't even understand why the celebrities and athletes are doing this, because a lot of these dudes can get, at least not every woman they want, but most of them, you're rich, famous. You gotta pipe down. You gotta pipe down, because they is not playing. They going back to, middle school. Hey, this guy said this to me, he tried to touch on me. You better sit down somewhere and stop playing, because what will happen, especially if you're a celebrity or athlete, is going to get into your pockets financially. That's going to be the first thing it's going to do. You're going to start losing endorsements, movie deals, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you possibly could go to jail. And then your name is tainted. You got a bad name. And I'm not saying that, it's none of my business. I'm not saying the stuff is true, but, when it's put out there, of course, when you're a celebrity, your life is on a public platform anyway. So your complaints about, people in my privacy, you're a celebrity, you kind of, to gain riches and, be famous, you kind of have to sacrifice a certain area. And that's one of those areas. So when things like that happen to people like me, common people, only the locale where I'm located is probably going to hear about it, unless it's something major. But, when you're a celebrity, it's out there for the world to see. So especially if you're pushing one type of image, and then this stuff starts popping up, that's not going to look good. But like I said, no means no. Now, as far as the women go, no means no. And of course, like I said, I don't know means no. I'm not sure. And if you just ain't sure, homeboy, that means no too. But women, you know, of course I ain't finna be going against y'all and have me put me in the blender. However, some of this stuff that's been happening, you might want to bring it to the light earlier and quit waiting 10, 15 years later. You know, bring this stuff to the light, present it to somebody that can get it out there. I mean, cause a lot of time when you bring it to the light this many years later, the seriousness of it becomes diluted. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they still can't take them down through there, but you got to bring this stuff to the light quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that when a lot of people start coming out saying someone's done this, someone's done that, then you got to have lawyers and judges and all type of people stepping in trying to sort this stuff out and see what is true, what they think is true, what they think is untrue. You know, so just come on out with it. When it happened, come on out with it. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing. Especially in the rap world, women, you getting into these situations. Everybody knows, especially people in the rap world, especially, you know, when you're dealing with, you know, top notch and celebrities and rap musicians that are kind of, you know, out there all the time, and they kind of preaching it to you in their music. This is a world of sex, money, and drugs. So don't step into the world and think that you're stepping onto a playground full of kids. This is a whole different world. So you go out there and jump into this world. This is the type of stuff that could possibly happen. And I'm not saying it's right when it does happen, but if you kind of live in a promiscuous lifestyle, you might want to, you know, keep your eye out for this type of stuff. Keep you some mace or something, because I mean, hey, the world ain't all good. We know this. It's not paradise on earth. So, you know, you step into the realm of wickedness and expecting good things to happen all the time doesn't make sense. That just doesn't make sense. But like I said, no means no. And like I said, I've never been down with that. I don't, you know, like I said, I'm not aggressive like that, and I really don't have to be. And there's some of y'all out there, some dudes that don't have to be, and you're still hyper aggressive, which of course makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. If I had all this money and all this fame, I would just be a kind of more magnified version of what I am now. Just, you know, more super mellow and super cool. I most certainly wouldn't get myself into that mix. And there's not a woman, girl on this planet that can say that Cool Mover has came on to them sexually in a inappropriate way or did anything. It's not on my files, not in my history. Nobody's gonna come up and say that. They'll be straight out lying. I'm not even worried about that. But yeah, man, you know, like I said, it's crazy, and it's getting weird, because it's not only with men versus women, now it's men versus men too. So this is getting unique now. You know what I'm saying? And with the underage stuff, that is sure enough. Like, come on. Like, how you gonna be famous and celebrity or even somewhat famous? You know you gotta be careful. Like, why you just get you a woman, get you a grown woman, end of discussion. You know, 2021 or better, end it right there. You know, stay out of the candy store. We're trying to offer candy to the little girls. But like I said, I'm not in here to bash anybody. I don't do the hot topic, hot gossip stuff. I don't do none of that. I'm just saying, like, you got to be more careful. You got to be more careful. If you know your style is, you know, you love women and you just love everything about them, you want to touch on them You better find the ones that willingly let you touch on them and make advances and not think nothing of it. Because in the day and age of social media and cell phones and smartphones and various other devices that can record you, and this stuff goes viral in no time. And the difference between now and 20 years ago, when it goes viral, you got somebody over there that probably went through the same thing with the same person, and once something builds up steam and they see it building up steam, they're like, oh, I went through that with this guy too. Now, boom, you got like, it went from 2 women accusing 1 man to 20 or 30. So you got to keep this in mind. I don't know why celebrities and athletes don't even understand this. You on a public platform, so your life is on display all the time. You got to be a lot smoother than what you are. Y'all all in people's DMs and messages and stuff. Come on, man. In the day and age of screenshotting and screen recording, you got to be insane. I don't know that when these celebrities get famous and get a little money, the athletes, or, you know, like I said, somewhat famous people, they start losing a somewhat sense of reality that common people always have in mind. You know, I can't do that. But, you know, money tends to make you think that you can do stuff that you can't really get away with, especially if you black. You already know you kind of in a different lane. And we ain't saying that, you know, other races, they won't take you down through there with this type of stuff. But you already know if you're a black man, and you out there playing these type of games, they're going to send you right down the drain. So no means no. There may be a woman out there you want. If she doesn't want to participate in your advances, your groping, or any of that stuff, you got to fall back. I don't care how much money you got or how much you're willing to pay to create the situation. If you sense that she's not feeling that, you're going to want to fall back, bro. You're going to be a poster boy for this type of stuff. You're going to be plastered all over TV. You know, you're going to lose money. And that's one thing I hate to see. I hate to see anybody that I think good people start crumbling because of stuff like this. Especially the young brothers out there. Then you get involved in stuff like this, and you fought so hard to get where you're at, and then boom, something like this tears the whole fabric of your financial institution and everything you put. It took you 10, 20, maybe 30 years to put together, tears it down. So you got to be more careful. But anyway, that's my short, brief take on it. Not gonna hold you long on that. Like I said, no means no. Sometimes I don't know means no. Sometimes I'm not sure means no too. And sometimes just a look. Sometimes they ain't even gotta say nothing. If that look, you gotta be able to decipher and translate body mannerism. You know what I'm saying? You know, body movement. You know, somebody pulling away, woman pulling away, or doing that, you better get up out of there. Because you're going to be in trouble. And it might not be right then. It might take 2 or 3 years, but it may resurface. Somebody might have a screenshot or a recording. You better sit down somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. This is Cool Movie with the Keep in Mind show. And remember, no means no. And I'm out.